In this video, I want to show you how you can automate expense tracking using n8n. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to automatically track your business expenses, and I will also be providing a template for you that you can plug it directly into your business so you can start tracking your business expenses that you can get from the link down in the description. So when it comes to tracking expenses for your business, I've found that there are two options, two things that might happen. One is when you get an email from whatever software you're using, for example, with the invoice attached in the email that you get, or you don't get it at all, you don't get an email, or if you get an email, you might not get the invoice attached directly as a PDF. So with this automation, we're going to cover both. So let's dive in. We are here in n8n, and the first part of the automation is this, which basically what it does is every single month it creates a new folder, a dedicated folder in the Google Drive. So here, for example, we have a Google Drive folder named invoices, and every single month, at the beginning of the month, a folder is automatically created, so we can then add the invoices of the month in this folder. So here, for example, if I run it, we will get the folder here. Let me refresh here. So we got another February 2026. And that's what this does. And then we have two other workflows. So we have this one that basically gets the PDF that is attached in the email and adds it to the right folder in Google Drive. Plus it updates a row in a Google Sheet where we track all the expenses there. And then we have this one, which basically what it does is we have a separate folder, which I name to process. And we can add invoices there manually. You can script them and we'll add the data again in the Google Sheet, plus it will push it to the right folder that we have for the month. So let's start with this workflow, which is actually easier. So here the trigger is a Gmail trigger and we have a message received. Here I made a search filter, which has attachment, because like I said, I want to get all the invoices that are attached as a PDF in the email that we get. And here I have a sender just for the sake of this video, but you don't need it because I want to get an invoice to show you how it works. So I run it. Okay, I got the email that I wanted. This email has a PDF attached, which is an invoice. And here I have this AI agent that basically checks if the email that has the attachment is actually an invoice or a business expense, because it might also not be an invoice, might be something irrelevant, and we don't want to process irrelevant things. So this is a Boolean. We have a true here, which means that it is an invoice, and then we have a filter that only gets the invoices, basically whatever is true. So we keep the output item here, and then we get the message again. So we can get the file here, because here I have get, I put the message ID from here, I drag and drop the message ID, and we have download attachment enabled, so we can get this thing here. So here I have a code node, which basically what it does is it creates another output item for every attachment that we have here. For example, here we have two attachments, but I want only one. So I split the two attachments, we have two output items. And here I have a filter to only get the invoice, right? I don't want the receipt, but I want the invoice. So here we have one attachment, and here I have an extract from file node, so we can get the information from the attachment here that we have. And then we have an AI agent that basically scrapes the invoice to get the data that we need with a structured output parser. And here we will see now that we got the amount of the invoice, the issued date, and the month plus the year of the invoice and the issuer. And here on one side we have an if node that basically updates the Google Sheet. Now the if node is only for me because I have currency as euros and most invoices are in USD. So here it checks if the currency is in USD or euros, and we update it in our Google Sheet here. As you can see, we have it here. So this is the amount, right? But I have also a GPT function in the Google Sheet that basically converts that amount into euros, so I also know that. So for that, I use GPT for work, and which basically is a GPT function. So I give the prompt here, which is search the prevailing currency conversion from USD to euros and populate the amount in euros by only providing the plain number. And here I have the actual amount in USD. As you can see here, it output the number as well. So this is a prompt, okay? And this branch here, it searches the folder that we have that is February 2026. Now we should get one item here. So this is the folder we created before for the sake of the example, so I will delete it for now. So we got one output here. So here we're gonna get the row from the Google Sheet. And then we're going to get the email again so we can get the file attachment, and we upload it to the folder that we have in Google Drive. So if I go here in the folder, we upload the file again. So this is one part of the automation, and then we have the other part, which is this one. And the second one is a Google Drive trigger, which basically means that when I add a file here in the to process folder, it triggers this workflow. So here it gets the file that we just uploaded, it downloads the file, it extracts the information from the PDF, it uses this AI agent to get the invoice amount, the issuer, the date of the invoice, and the month. Then again, same thing, same process. It searches for the right folder using the month and the year. It copies the invoice to the right folder and then deletes the original file because we want to keep the to process folder empty. And then we have again another if node to basically check the currency, if it's in USD or euros, and it updates the Google Sheet here that we have here. So we have the date, the month, the amount in euros which I need, and the source. Now in your case, then we can remove that completely, so you only track the amount once and the source. So you only need 4 columns basically, or whatever else you need. You can do this yourself. So that was everything about this video. If you found it helpful, give it a like and feel free to subscribe so you don't miss another tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.